everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Alexandra and this is the very first plan with me of 2024. I have been gone for quite some time because I actually moved from Florida to California in May, so it has just been a huge transitory, I guess that's the right word, transitory time for me. A lot going on. I've had so much fun living in Southern California. It's been really great. I have been looking for a job since August, so that has not been great, but as you can see, you know, those are a couple months backlog of bullet journals, and today we're going to be catching up and doing our January planning. This year, I'd really like to focus on posting more consistently on YouTube. I forgot how much fun I have. I'm obviously not a big YouTuber by any means, but it's a lot of fun just like filming my bullet journaling specifically and posting it. I don't know, I just really like just watching the process, and I hope you guys like watching it too. For this one, I actually did it a little bit differently. So Pinterest has this update called Scrapbook where you kind of can like pick out stuff from your pins, and so I'm going to show you how I did it. This was my very first time using it, and I kind of had like mixed feelings about it. So as you can see, it's not perfect, so like it doesn't like perfectly pick out everything in the image. Like I really wanted to get the Happy New Year like all in one go, but that wasn't really quite possible, and I honestly was like too lazy to like kind of hash it out myself. So you can see I was like trying to mess with it, trying to get New Year all to select, but I had to just do one at a time. But I'm just gonna continue to go through the pins that I got inspiration from. A lot of it is obviously 2024 themed since it's the first month of the year, so I'm thinking of having that like Happy New Year typography and then this like 2024 imagery in it instead of the other one that was inside of it. So I'm really just putting everything onto that scrapbook page and trying to find all my inspo. So I kind of was thinking cherries. I ended up abandoning it, but I don't know, I guess the coquette girls have gotten to me. I was just like, maybe like a cherry theme could be kind of cute. I definitely like it, and I'm gonna do it some other time, but just not fully committing to like a full-on cherry spread this month. So with this scrapbook feature, you can kind of like color out what you want to be selected. So that's what I'm doing, because sometimes like the AI doesn't perfectly do everything. So like in this little cherry disco guys, like I'm getting to the details of them and trying to get everything to perfectly copy over. One issue I did have with this is I could not find like where the collage was after the fact, like at all. And so I literally went and like saved this onto it just so I could get to it, because I could not find it in my boards. And it was the weirdest thing because like I would go to like my Pinterest like profile or whatever, you know, where you see all your boards, and I literally could not find it. Like I was looking everywhere. Like I literally cut it out of the video because I spent a good like couple minutes like trying to find it, and I was like, what the heck. So I ended up sorting all of my boards by like most recently updated, and then it came up. But if it was any other way, like I personally couldn't find it. Maybe I'm just dumb, but yeah, so I made my little mock-up of what I want it to look like, and that's just me showing you like it doesn't show up like in the list of my other boards. And then the next day after I had screen recorded that, I realized it was the year of the dragon. I was born in 2000, year of the dragon, so I was like, oh my gosh. And I like to incorporate Hello Kitty into my bullet journals, at least in the past like few months. So I did her as this quote unquote dragon. It's more of like a Chinese lion. I put a little image to the side so you can see what I'm talking about. And so I know this isn't a dragon, but it looked dragon-esque to me, and it was just the visual I liked the most, and I didn't feel comfortable like freehanding it. I'm tracing queen, so I was like, this is good enough for me. So do I think this is a good tool for bullet journal planning? Definitely. It helped me, but like I kind of didn't really follow like what I put out really at all, just because of the way the dimensions of the pages were. But I think it's good. I think it's helpful. I know I sound very like on the fence, but I like it. I think I just need to play around with it more. But I think especially if you're like a super visual person, this is a really good tool for not even just bullet journaling, but like vision boards or like trying to like pick out an outfit, truly anything. So I think it's a really good idea, and I think it's definitely moving in the right direction for Pinterest. So yeah, so we're just speeding through me getting the general layout of the calendar. I do 7 down and 6 over, so I'm just mapping out like what available space I have to draw things out. I always put lines so I can make sure that I'm not like bleeding over into the actual like writing space. And now we're gonna get into the tracing. So I'm gonna start out with this Happy New Year situation. So I always trace first with pencil. Like I always do everything first in pencil, and then I'll usually go back in with pen, which you really shouldn't do. You should really color things first and then do pen. But I just like having like my color in the lines type of situation. So that's what I do. So I'm going with pencil right here, and I am just making sure I'm getting out all the little details of these letters. Like not like too exact, but just so when I do it with pen, it's not like blah. So that's what I'm doing right now. So while you guys watch me trace and look at my beautiful curls on top of my head, I wanted to talk a little bit about 2024. I am really hoping this will be my year. As the great Nicole Byer said, if anyone else listens to her podcast, Why Won't You Date Me? Let me know. I really like it. I think she's really funny. If you don't know her, she's an actress and a comedian. But yeah, she also said that this year was going to be her year. So hopefully things pan out for the best. But yeah, I'm really hoping this will be a really good year for me. Like I said, I'm looking for a job. I have an advertising and marketing background, so account and project management is what I'm looking for, entry level, because I'm young and beautiful. So that has been tough, but we still move regardless. And look at that, our tracing is all done. At least our pencil tracing is done, and now we get to move on to coloring. Yay. But anywho, as I am fleshing out the rest of like this little spread, I'm just writing out January, nothing serious, but I am really hoping that, again, this is a good year and that things pan out well. I'm not super into astrology. I mean, I like it, but I'm not like super knowledgeable on it. So I cannot tell you if the astrology of this year is a good year. So someone tell me, because I'm not entirely sure, but I really hope it is. But I really am using this year to kind of like get, I want to say my career, but honestly, like my whole freaking life on track, like health and wellness, career, just everything. Something that I have been doing basically since I was 8 is I have been in gymnastics, and then I started doing flexibility training about a little over a year ago at this point, I want to say. And so something I'm working towards this year is becoming a flexibility coach. That's something I'm really, really excited about and really, really looking towards. And I'm curious if anyone else is like using this year to try and just expand upon a passion. I mean, even now, like with my YouTube channel, I don't know how much it's going to pan out. Maybe I'll start posting flexibility stuff. I don't know, but because I really just do it for fun. And so I can share what I like with other people. But yeah, I feel like this is a year of really trying to not settle, I guess. I feel like that's the theme. I've just come upon this now as I'm narrating. Like that's the theme, is like not settling, because that's another part of what makes the job search so hard, is trying to find a job that is aligned with like what I want to do and what my background is in, and then 2, finding a job that doesn't like pay pennies, because honestly some of these companies, like they make me feel like a dog begging for scraps. Like it's not a good feeling when I feel like I have a good amount of experience as an entry-level person, and then they're like, okay, like how is 2 pennies? And it's like not great. I live in Southern California, so that's not great. Maybe we can do a little bit better. But yeah, so yeah, that's definitely this year's theme, I would say, is not settling and expanding. And I know you're probably like, oh, but Alexandra, you're posting your January bullet journal halfway through the month. You must be doing great on your goals. And it's yeah, we're doing great. I was sick like the first week of the month, so yeah. But we're trying to, spark joy. So like even in my bullet journal, like I'm doing this pink and green spread, which I usually am pretty monochromatic in my bullet journal spread. So I was like, you know what, we're shaking the table, 2 colors, watch out world. But I am trying my best to stay on top of everything, job hunting, hopefully starting a new career as a flexibility coach, posting more on social media, because I have YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, so really trying my best to just make some shake, because I don't know, I like posting, it's fun. So I mean, I currently make $0.00 from it, but I mean, it'd be cool to make at least $1. So we'll see how that goes throughout this year. Let's see if I have the chops to be a quote-unquote content creator. So yeah, I'm just really excited to see how the year pans out. And I will say the things that have helped me achieve my goals is number one, like making them super specific. So I have basically back in, I think, November, because I start pretty early with planning because I like to like change my mind on what my goals are and what exactly I want to accomplish. But I divided my life out, and you can kind of choose whatever you want, but I did like spirituality, OMG, Jesus help, finances, friendship, like romantic relationship, health and wellness, exercise. Like you can kind of pick whatever you want, and you can Google like, oh my gosh, I forget what it's called. Wheel of Life. It's called Wheel of Life, and you can get inspiration for the different parts of your life that you can specifically set goals for. And so I go through that, set my overarching goals. So for example, my overarching goal could be like, I want to be a flexibility teacher. And then so after that, I go in month by month, and I just do it quarter by quarter. So like right now I have January through March kind of goal posted out. And so for example, I'll say like January, I want to reach out to X amount of teachers about teaching. And then you kind of go on from there. So I really like break it down as much as I can. And so that number one has been really helpful, is just like planning what I want to do, because I'm also a really big like list person, obviously a big calendar person. So those kinds of things just really help me out. And then number two, which has been super helpful, is breaking free of the chains of social media. I know, I feel like everyone gets on their soapbox and like social media is so bad, blah blah blah, and it's like sometimes you're just like whatever, but it honestly, for me personally, it helps so much to like not be on it a lot. And also, which is not healthy, but I tie a lot of my value to productivity, especially since I'm currently a stay-at-home girlfriend. So maybe not the most productive thing I could be doing, but being on social media just makes me feel like extra bad when I'm like, oh my gosh, I've been on TikTok for like 2 hours. So cutting out as much screen time as I can has been really good. I will say, I mean, we're only halfway through the first month of the year. So especially when I was sick, that totally went out the window because I was just spending every single day in bed. And so I was like, I don't care. I feel like crap. I'm going to go on TikTok. But now that I'm feeling better and I'm trying to kind of like set a routine and get into the swing of things, definitely the less I'm on social media during the day, the better I feel. And I'm a very anxious person. And something about it is like very disorienting to me. It's like if I spend like, let's say, an hour like on my phone, it's like, and I go and do something else, it's like I've just been spun around like 30 times, and I don't know, it's just so disorienting to me, and it's very weird. But yeah, that is the two big things that have been helping for me is obsessive planning and staying off my phone as much as I humanly can. And when I am on my phone, I'm either reading or listening to a helpful podcast, or just trying to do something that makes me basically feel good about myself. And also, like, I'm not a big like self-help book person. Like, don't get me wrong, I've definitely read some, but they're just not really my cup of tea. I feel like honestly they could have been like a listicle on BuzzFeed or like an email. I feel like they're not really that helpful to me. So I'm definitely not going to come and sit here and preach like Atomic Habits to you or anything like that. But I really like reading as a way to like calm down and like do something fun, but also feel like I am like doing something productive. I'm also a bit of a snobbish reader, so yeah, do with that what you will. And I do want to shortly plug this eraser shaving vacuum that I have, desk vacuum. It is so good. My boyfriend got it for me for my birthday. I literally love this thing. You've seen me pull it out a couple times now, and I like keeping a clean space like as I am bullet journaling. Like, as you can see, like I try and keep my markers in order. I try to keep like my eraser shavings all together. So that is my favorite thing. I highly recommend, if you are someone who like journals a lot or draws a lot, get a desk vacuum for your pencil shavings. It is incredible. So we're kind of getting to the end of really filling out like the more visual elements of the bullet journal, and so I'm gonna go ahead and add a quote to that little rectangle on the left hand side, and boom, there's my favorite little vacuum again. And so I have this book of quotes, and I've been filling it out since my senior year of high school, and it might not look like it's not that full, but there's already hundreds of quotes in there, so it's like I'm not gonna put more stuff because I haven't even gotten through the ones that I have put in there. So the one I chose this month is "What is not yet done is only what she has not yet attempted to do," and it originally said "he," and it's like a founding father quote or something, but I changed it to "she," and I just felt like it was really fitting for the kind of year that I've been telling you guys I want to have. So I'm gonna go ahead and jot that down in there. After that, I'm gonna clean things up and start putting the dates in there. And after adding some more like detail work, we're pretty much gonna be done. So I had a lot of fun, getting back into the filming swing of things, and hopefully, that quote will be my driving factor. Another thing that really drives me is the quote, you reap tomorrow what you sow. You reap what you sow. I'm like, this quote really drives me, and I can barely even get it out. But yeah, that really gets me up off my butt when I'm just like, the only person who can really change my life is me. It's all in my hands, for better or for worse. It's like that meme where it's like one guy looking sad out the window, another guy looking happy, and it's like, nothing matters, nothing matters. It's kind of like that. It's like, only I can change my life. Only I can change my life. So that's kind of the vibe that we're on. So for anyone who's made it this far, put in the comments below like just one thing you're looking forward to this year. It could even just be, eating a sandwich or something. It doesn't have to be some big grand thing like I'm gonna climb Mount Everest. Like, I'm just curious to know like what everyone's looking forward to this year. And if you made it this far, I also really appreciate you watching the video, since I I'm not a huge creator. I just am doing this for fun. So yeah, I've had a really great time, and I also, side note, am really liking this like green and pink color scheme. It makes me want to have more exciting color schemes in the rest of my bullet journal throughout the year. However, since next month is February, and I obviously like having a pink spread, like there's a lot of pink in this, next month probably won't be the best for having a lot of colors, but after that we can try harder. But if anyone else, is, trying to make a pivot or trying to find a new job, like, I'm with you. We're warriors together. And I hope this 2024 really brings out the best. I know that it's going to be a year. I can say that. It is going to be a year. Isn't that right? So we're in the final stretch here. We're just going to be cleaning up, erasing, any wayward marks, things like that. And we're going to be putting in holidays. I will say I put in New Year's Day, as you're going to see, but I forgot Martin Luther King Day because I didn't really consult the calendar. I was just going off the top of my head, and I was like, I'll just fill it in later. So yeah, that got added post-production. But yeah, so we went ahead and cleaned up, again, putting in just the one holiday, forgot one, whoopsies. And I'm gonna go in and put in my like monthly sticker divider that I always have. The one I'm gonna put in says "Greetings from Anxiety." My cousin got that for me for Christmas because like I mentioned earlier, I'm an anxious person, so nice to tee-hee-hee about it. And we're gonna replace our mug as I do every month. I'm also a mug collector, so pink to go with the pink and green. And we're gonna clean up the desk, and boom, there she is. Hi 2024. We're coming in swinging. We're colorful. We're happy. We are gonna achieve things. So this is me just putting my desk back together, putting everything where it belongs. I've had this desk from Amazon forever. I freaking love it. And yeah, thanks again for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a great year. See y'all later. Bye.